Okay, thank you. Could everybody hear me? I apologize for the traffic behind us, but we wanted to do this outside since it is Green Communities. Um, my name is Matt Cornelis. I'm the town manager here in Reading. I wanted to thank you all for coming to this exciting event today. Today, with this designation, Reading marks a major milestone. This is the culmination of over 6 years of hard work by Reading and its partners in state and local government. I think many of you know Reading had a little bit of a higher hill to climb than most cities and towns. And sometimes we found out the hard way that it's not easy being green. But persistence pays off, and today we don't mark an end point, but the beginning of new opportunities to improve efficiency and resilience in the town of Reading. There's a lot of thank yous today, and so I'd like to formally thank so many groups that helped us along the way and made this day possible. That includes the Reading Select Board, Reading Town Meeting, our dedicated town staff, many of those are here today. Also, the Reading Legislative Delegation who worked very hard on this, and you'll hear from them in a bit. RMLD, the Reading Municipal Light Department, the Massachusetts Department of Energy Resources, and also the many, many volunteers that lent a hand through the years. This was truly a team effort and one that we are very, very proud of. Today, we are fortunate to have DOER Commissioner Elizabeth Mahoney here to celebrate with us, and she's going to deliver a few remarks, and so at this point I'll bring up Commissioner Mahoney.
Well, good morning, everyone. I can't tell you how excited we are to be in Reading today. We've been looking forward to this for a couple of years now to really celebrate the hard work and dedication of the community. So, thank you to the town manager, Cornelis. We're really pleased to be in Reading. I love a downtown, and I love a green community. The Green Communities program has been around for 15 years. It's a program that really leans into actions on climate change and energy, and it starts locally. And that is really paid out in Reading more so than anywhere else. The Healy-Driscoll administration has been working hard to lower energy costs, protect communities from extreme weather, and help Massachusetts achieve energy independence. But reaching those goals comes in a variety of fronts. We want to reduce energy consumption, upgrade buildings and fleets to modern, efficient equipment, adopt clean energy technologies, and ensure the necessary infrastructure to operationalize it all. And I want to thank Reading especially for joining in these efforts. Through our Green Communities program, over the years, DOER has awarded $200 million in grant funding to cities and towns. And don't worry, we have more for Reading, so please come back to us. With Reading's designation this year, 91% of the Commonwealth's residents live in a green community, and that's a big deal. These grants that we fund are a multiplier effect in action. Green communities take on projects that lower costs for households and businesses, provide cleaner air and healthier buildings and communities, protect municipalities from energy price volatility, and build local economies. This program is an example of how state and local government can team up to tackle our energy and climate challenges and make Massachusetts stronger. Here in Reading, you guys have lived out a more exceptional process to this. So I want to start by thanking all of you who have participated in this road. Certainly the town manager, town staff, volunteers, the select board, especially select board member Karen Rose Gillis, who has never given up, and of course our Karen Herrick. I don't want to blame my staff, but I just read off the paper. Karen, I'm going to rewind. Special shout out to Select Board member Karen Herrick, who has not let us down or let us up. And it's certainly the delegation, your strong legislative delegation who from the first day I was on the job was talking to me about this program and how Reading wanted to be in on the action. So certainly thank you to Leader Jones, Chair Haggerty, and Senator Lewis, who's not with us today. You know, as you all know, it's not easy to get designated, but you've shown tenacity. The Select Board has certainly been with us every step of the way. You first adopted the stretch code energy. That's quick reflexes. The Select Board, you adopted the stretch code energy by a large majority vote in 2020. In 2021, the Select Board adopted your energy reduction plan. That plan was developed in support with the MAPC. You certainly learned from former town planner Julie Mercier, and your current Community Development Director, Andrew McNichol, and Senior Planner, Olivia Knightley. I think we're both here today. At the time, of course, unfortunately, the law had some extra steps for a town like Reading to participate, and there was a big challenge. So your delegation got to work. Leader Jones, Chair Haggerty, and Senator Lewis led efforts to change the law and allow municipalities like Reading to become a green community. You paved the way for 9 other communities to join you in this program, and it's because of Reading's leadership in energy efficiency and clean energy that we got this done. You've already invested $10 million in energy efficiency measures, and in 2022, Reading began implementing measures that will save nearly $275,000 a year. That means more taxpayer dollars and resources for schools and vital town services. With this designation, Reading will receive its designation grant of more than $160,000, and we hope you will pursue future rounds of grant funding. We've got competitive grants coming out every October and March. Come back to us. So we're going to have a designation ceremony after everybody speaks, but I'll conclude by saying congratulations to Reading. We are truly so joyful to be here and so proud of the work that you've done, keeping us honest, and we are excited to partner on many, many projects to come. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Commissioner. That was an excellent history of our time here in Reading with the green communities. Both the Commissioner and I mentioned how important our state delegation was to this process. So they are here today. State Representative Richard Haggerty, Chair Haggerty, Leader State Representative Brad Jones is here, and Senator Lewis was very instrumental in this process. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here today, but M. Sharon from his office will be here and speak on his behalf. So at this point, I will call the delegation up to speak. We can start with Representative Haggerty.
Thank you, Matt. And thank you, everyone, for being here. Commissioner, we thank you for your commitment to the town of Reading and for making sure that our objectives were met to make sure that Reading became a green community. We are so grateful for the commitment of town officials, your town manager, your select board, as was mentioned, Karen Herrick. Karen was all over this for a lot of years, and we really, really appreciate your steadfast support for this. But it takes everybody. It takes a village. It takes the community. It takes the work of your town meeting. It takes the commitment to understand that the stretch energy code is beneficial for folks who are building buildings, to be able to make sure that the folks who are buying those buildings have more efficient properties so that they can save money in the long term. It helps when you're buying vehicles and making sure that we're running less gasoline and making sure that we have electric vehicle options. Our municipal light plant, talk about a leader. Reading Municipal Light Plant, an organization that has been on the forefront with regards to energy efficiency and understands how important it is to make sure that we're looking out for ratepayers while at the same time doing what's right for climate. I can tell you that from the legislature's perspective, I was so proud to work with Representative Jones, with Senator Lewis, to get the legislation over the goal line, to get this done. We did this as a team. Representative Jones's office did an incredible amount of work on this, and I want to thank him publicly for his efforts, because he's an incredible partner to have in the town of Reading and somebody who I'm proud to work with every day. So beyond that, it's a big day for Reading. Anytime you can celebrate bringing money back to the town, it's a good step in the right direction. We wish you the best, and at this time, I'm going to hand it over to my partner in crime, Representative Jones.
Good segue, partner in crime. First of all, any day that I'm at an event that involves Reading Municipal Light Department and it's under 90 degrees, it is a win-win-win. So, Commissioner, thank you for coming out today. I got a little ahead of myself in excitement when I saw the prop. I was hoping it was the big check, but the big check will come later on. But Rich was right. This was a true team effort that involved all levels of government. Obviously, we took a little time with kind of the bureaucracy and the legislators to get everything done. Or actually, I think the legislature might have been a little quicker than historically would normally be the case. But we got it done. And I also give a shout out to our former chair. Both Rich and I were on TUE, Telecommunications Utility Energy, that saw the bill. Jeff Roy was understanding and helpful from the get-go. And our Senate counterpart, Senator Mike Barrett, who used to be the Reading representative, so he understood it. And we were able to draw on some experiences in his district with MLPs to make an argument why we should be in. And obviously, Reading Municipal Light is a little unique because it's not a single community MLP, which made it a little more challenging. But this is a great day for Reading, a true team effort. Congratulations to everyone involved at the municipal level, the state level, and obviously this spans two administrations, so we appreciate that work continued and got picked up and got carried right along. So congratulations to Reading, and I'll turn it over to M from Senator Lewis's office.
On behalf of Senator Lewis, I would like to thank you for having me here today. Senator Lewis has been a strong proponent of the Green Communities Act since its passage in 2008. And we were proud to partner with fellow legislators in the town of Reading to have it become part of the many benefits green communities can provide, including access to grants, technical assistance, and local support from regional coordinators to help municipalities reduce energy use and costs by implementing clean energy projects in municipal buildings, facilities, and schools. As many of you know, it is not a simple task to be a green community, and there are requirements that municipalities must accomplish, which may be challenging at times. For Reading, it was twice as challenging. Senator Lewis, along with Representatives Jones and Haggerty, worked to get a bill passed which enabled Reading the ability to apply to be a green community due to their status as a member of the multi-municipality municipal light plant. And now, with the inclusion of Reading, we are very happy to say that all 6 of the municipalities in our district are green communities. Senator Lewis would like me to thank Representatives Haggerty and Jones, along with Commissioner Mahoney and the Green Communities Division for this great accomplishment. And of course, we congratulate the town of Reading and the tireless proponents of this act within Reading on becoming a green community. Thank you.
Okay, thank you again very much to the entire state delegation. And to show how much this means to Reading, our entire select board is here today, and I'd like to introduce them. Christopher Haley, Melissa Murphy, Karen Rose Gillis, Karen Gately Herrick, and Carlo Bacci are all in attendance today. We have 2 speakers of that group. Christopher Haley will speak, and Karen Gately Herrick will speak. And I'd like to echo what was said before. Karen, when I started working on this, was somebody that I met with right away because she led the effort on this a lot along the way for us. And I'd like to thank her, Karen Gately Herrick, for all her work. And I'll begin with Christopher Haley.
Thanks, Matt. Thank you all. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and fellow residents of Reading, it's with immense pride that we stand before you today to reflect on how the leadership of the Select Board has directly paved the way for our town designation as a green community. My name is Christopher Haley, co-chair of the Select Board, and today is all about collaboration. Just as my fellow co-chair Melissa Murphy and I have collaborated over the last 3 months, the board overall has spent 5 years on a collaborative effort with the Climate Advisory Committee and the Metropolitan Area Planning Council to meet the state's stringent criteria to become a green community. That included adopting fuel-efficient vehicle policies, expediting permits for renewable energy projects, and crafting an ambitious energy reduction plan aimed at cutting municipal energy use by 20% within 5 years. This journey began in mid-2020, and through regular updates and strategic guidance from the Select Board, we navigated a unique challenge like coordinating with our municipal utility, the Reading Municipal Light Department, to advocate to advance renewable energy adoption our role on the select board has been to champion these initiatives at every turn, ensuring that sustainability is woven into the fabric of our town's governance and decision-making. This green community designation is more than a title. It's a testament to what strong, forward-thinking, collaborative leadership can achieve when aligned with our community values. By prioritizing environmental stewardship, we have not only reduced our carbon footprint, but also unlocked vital grants and resources to fund future projects, from energy-efficient upgrades to renewable installations. We equate our stewardship of the Select Board to this transformative outcome, a greener, more resilient Reading that sets an example for generations to come. Thank you to our dedicated staff, state delegation, Elizabeth, our volunteers, and residents for making this vision a reality, because together we are building a sustainable legacy for Reading. Thank you.
Karen?
Thank you, Matt. Thank you all. My name is Karen Gately-Herrick. This is a momentous occasion. I need to take one moment to correct a small error in our agenda. The Select Board lawfully elected a chair and a vice chair, and far be it from me to open the door for open meeting law folks to think we have an undisclosed subcommittee. So we do not have two co-chairs. We have a vice chair and a chair. Notwithstanding, I appreciate our chair, Chris Haley's enthusiasm for collaboration. That is the best way that we can all work together to make our communities better. This is a perfect example, starting with an instructional motion before a town meeting in the fall of 2019, which was overwhelmingly approved, and then running into various hurdles along the way, and countless phone calls with our delegation of 3 to get, as Rep. Haggerty noted, to get it over the goalpost and across the finish line. Again, so let me just echo Town Manager Canales' thank you to our delegation. Many calls for your offices, many meetings with your office as well, Ms. Mahoney. So thank you all. Thank you to the 6 years of Reading Select Board members that also supported this initiative, and 2 town managers, and Andrew has been our town planner throughout all of it, so we've got some consistency there, but there's been a lot of handoff along the way. And as we were just listening to Chair Haley, the Black Earth compost truck drove by, so we've seen a lot of great changes, and we look forward to more, and look forward to many wonderful efficiency projects for the benefit of Reading residents and community members. Thank you.
Thank you, Karen. As I mentioned, the Reading Municipal Light Department was also a great partner of ours in this endeavor, and we have the chair of the Board of Commissioners here today to offer a few comments, Pam Daskalakis.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. Pam Daskalakis, chair of the Reading Municipal Light Department Board of Commissioners. Really proud to be here today as part of the team who accomplished this feat. Thank you to everybody who participated. I won't rename everyone again, but all of your contributions were incredibly valuable to achieving this goal. It's fantastic that we all recognize the importance of green communities, not only to recognize the important role local communities play in achieving our goals, but making sure that the path to achieve those goals is a little bit smoother, a little bit easier, and a little bit more supported with funding. Things that really impact the work RMLD does is things like grants to support exploring new technologies, permitting for in-territory generation, which we're always looking at, and an aligned plan for reducing emissions and ensuring that those energy sources are increasingly coming from non-carbon sources. RMLD's mission is reliable, low cost, increasingly non-carbon. We're at about 55% non-carbon renewable sources right now, and we're continuing that journey. As a citizen, it's also an opportunity for all of us to think about what we can do to help achieve those goals. Obviously, the collective is incredibly important, but I wanted to remind folks who are interested of just a few of the things RMLD supports and that you can do individually to help us achieve the goal as a community. We've had many peak alerts over the course of this summer. If you're not signed up to receive peak alerts, please do that. Those are very, very easy things to do during peak hours of a day to reduce your own emissions and help us collectively not only reduce our emissions on peak heat and electricity usage days, but also reduce our cost. It has a huge impact on everybody's costs. You can also elect to enroll in renewable choice, which allows you to select that up to 100% of your own individual energy usage can come from from renewable sources. And you can also look at the many incentives that RMLD offers with grant funding for things like heat pumps, solar, and other efforts to move to electrification. So thank you again for your interest in the topic. Thank you all for the support, and we'll continue the journey together.
Thank you, Pam. Just one final staff shout out to Andrew McNichol and his team for getting us over the finish line, for working on it so many years with a lot of different staff members. And also for today, I think a lot of you probably met Josh DeLon, maybe for the first time, but he was, here he is today, in charge of putting the event together and coordinating everything. So thank you, Josh, for doing such a great job. So that concludes our speaking program for today, but we are going to go and move on to the designation event part of it. So I'll bring the commissioner back up and anybody that wants to be in photographs with us as we officially accept this designation on behalf of the town of Reading. Legislative delegation, select board members.
I know. I figured like since Andrew was coming. Going